gonna start tight. So just real quick, all I'm worried about right now is this yellow box. So right along there, Marcus. 2, 3, and 1. Okay, so listen, here's the game. Chris is gonna be our server. He's gonna serve it in. We have our 2 center backs, just so we start to visualize how we set up on our rondos. A lot of us just throw them out there and be like, hey, boom. But it's positional now. My 2 center backs, and I color-coded our wing backs or wide defenders in green, and our 6 in gray. Okay, in gray. So what we're gonna do, just for our purposes, we're gonna only start with 2 oranges in the box. Okay, 1 orange can step out. We're gonna see how good they are first. Okay, here are the rules. Okay, gray and green. All you have to do, 1 more orange in the box.
I just feel like I got out first. I got you.
Okay, all you have to do, you connect 10 consecutive passes, you get a point. Orange, if you win the ball, you're trying to score by getting into that gate there or into that gate over there. Okay? Gray and green, you can defend it. Once you defend it, just bring it back in and we restart the game. Does that make sense? So, very simple. Very simple.
Hey, Brian, dribble or a pass in the game?
Let's just see if they can win it first.
Yeah.
Ready? Play! Yep. And win it back, collapse on them. Good. That's it, good. There you go. Quicker, Patrick. Don't kill my tone, man. That's 250 a pop. Then we start again. Start again. Let's go. 1, 2.
Oh, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Win it back. Good. And freeze. Okay. Not a bad start. Just 2 quick points I'm going to add. Okay. Drew, I want you to stay higher. Okay. So what I would do if I were you is I would just man up with Caleb like this and force him away. There's no reason for you to be in and clutter the space. Wait to the moment. Right? Wait to the moment. Does that make sense, brother? Can you do that for me? Okay. Are we ready? And play. Stay high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now find Daryl. Okay, good. 8, 9. Keep it moving good. 10. Good. Now, there we go. And we restart. Let's go again. Let's go quick. 1, 2. Say hi, Daryl. 3, 4, 5.
Hey!
Oh, come on. 6, 7. Grab a new ball. And hold. So, hey, the reason we start this way is one of the things I think in America we always do is we say, hey, if you're big and tall, you're my center back. You don't have to worry about passing the ball. So this is a nice little warm-up, right? It gets comfortable, it's tight, you got to be clean. So now we're going to add a little bit more pressure. So now it's 3. Now it's 3. Same exact game. Ours, you score by dribbling or passing through the gate. This is the rule now. You're trying to get 10 passes. One of those passes just has to find Daryl. Okay? So now it's going to be important for Daryl to try and, drift out, drift in, and then we got to make sure that every time we look up, is he available? And if he's not, we cycle the ball. We recycle the ball. So it's a little bit more challenging, okay? But again, we're trying to build the confidence of these 2 players, and eventually we'll build the confidence of these 2 players. Ready? Let's go, play. Close it, win it back, good. Win it back. We get, so that would be a point. Let's go quick, 1, 2, good, 3, good. Win it back, Daryl, win it back.
Come on, Drew.
Okay, so so one of the things we struggle with, and I can only speak with our group, is once we lose the ball, we never compress to win it back. You have to hunt the ball down. Okay, everyone's gonna have a bad day. Some people are gonna have a worse day than others. Okay, but once we lose the ball, we should win it back. And once we win it back, if I'm Daryl, I should look to play it away. Right? Play it away as quickly as possible. So let's just see if we can get a point. Ready? Play. 1, quick, 2. And again, quicker, Patrick. 3. Win it back. Close them in. Good. And once we get it back, recycle it away from pressure. 2, 3. Good. 4, 5. Look to your left. Look to your left. And credit Topo. And hold. So here's my advice. How many of us saw the movie Zoolander? Okay. Zoolander couldn't turn which way?
Left.
Yeah.
I went left every time.
No, that's why we lost the ball, because you went right. You were wrong. Right? You were wrong. Let's try it one more time. Maybe a new ball will help us. Let's go, Chris. Play. 1, 2, 3. Don't force it, Malene.
Yep.
5, 6. Keep it. Stay on your feet. Don't force it, right? Don't force it. Why would we force it? You're a center back. You don't want to give it up. Good. 2 more. Give me 2 more.
All the kids all those balls here. They'll be going like 30 seconds.
Okay, so now,
Don't chase those balls again. Stop.
now the next thing, once we start feeling comfortable, what I need is this. I need 2 more players right now. Can I have 2 more players?
One orange player.
Thank you, Michelle.
For Melissa?
Oh, sorry, Melissa. My bad. Apologies. I'm great.
Michelle playing?
Yep. Here, put on
Susan needs to be.
Okay. Put on gray. Stand. You're gonna be moving along that. There. Same thing, Karen, over there. Okay. So the next phase is this. Hopefully we build up some confidence. This is where we start to break out, and we're going to build up the confidence of these 2 gentlemen here. So now all we have to do is connect 5, just 5. Once we connect 5, we're trying to find one of the gray players on the opposite side. Once we played into gray, okay, the dream would be this. I'm the center back. I played in the gray. Boom! Green goes in, and green. You just have to dribble over that line. Same thing on the other side, Marcus. Okay? Orange, you can't defend that. Okay?
Marcus, the big
Okay?
all we want to do is deny to gray. Can't leave the yellow.
Yep, can't leave the yellow yet. Okay, can't leave the yellow yet. So, hey, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be looking up. If I can find Kieran, boom, and then you're off. You break out. Okay? You're off. You break out. Okay? Ready? Play. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Can we find him? Look. Don't force it. Start again. 1, 2, 3. Let's go quick. 1, get it back. 2, 3, 4. Find it quick.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Good. That's it. Good. And we reset. Ready? Go. 5 there right away. Good. 1, 2, 3. Clean. 4, 5. Look up. Play it. Look at Kieran. You missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
Good. And go forward. Can we go forward?
Yep.
There you go. Look at that. Quality. Okay. And we'll hold there. Okay, so 2 things. I want us to notice right away. Coach Kieran was talking about the center back sometimes play that diagonal, right? And so this is a mini version of that. Okay? It's not quite a long diagonal, but what are our center backs doing right now in terms of their eyes? They got to look a little bit further downfield, right? And then if you notice the green players, okay, right away you're looking to break out, aren't you? Even before the ball gets there, you started cheating. And Marcus, even though you weren't going to get the ball, you started cheating. And that's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to see. Depending on how you want to play, but they're already starting to cheat a little bit. So it helps us out a little bit. Okay, can I get 2 more players? Stanley in orange. I see Stephanie hiding.
You're orange. Martin.
You're my server, buddy. If you want to go
He
on,
gives us that feeling.
I don't want to emote you like that.
I be the server now, Brian?
That is a job for you, Richard.
I can be a server.
Okay. So now, here's the game. Here's the game. Again, we start small. Once we get 2 passes, okay, we start to cheat wide. So the green right away, we're going to go from the small to the big. Okay? You're going to still need, instead of 5, you're going to need 4 passes. So after 2, you get big. That's when Daryl comes into play a little bit more. Okay? To help us out in the middle. We connect our 4, then we can find the gray. Once gray lays it off, the entire game is live. Okay, so look at the grid. All we have to do, gray and green, is dribble over that line of orange cones there. Orange, all you have to do is just get into the gates over there. Okay? The orange, you're not live until the ball's laid off from either Melissa or Kira. And then it's live. The whole grid, everybody understands. It gets big. 2 passes, wide, 4 passes, vertical, game. Let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks. Ready? Let's go. 1, and we get big. Good. Get big, Marcus. Good. We still need 4. Find Daryl's feet. Find Daryl's feet. Come back. And can we get bigger? Look at the split. And hold. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. You're good. Yeah, you're right, Marcus. You're right. Bring it right. You're right.
We get one.
Yeah, we get one.
Okay, so
that space, the space behind you opens up.
Let's just rewind. As soon as this ball came in, Daryl. As soon as this ball came in, 2 more steps this way. Come here. As soon as this ball came in the Moline, you backed up, which is magic. And what did you do?
Take me.
Good. Go ahead. Right? We got to recognize our center backs have to see that. Okay? This is again the negative to Rondo is possession without purpose. Our purpose is to move the other team to go vertical. If you don't go vertical, you can't score. That I'm aware of. Okay? So something to think about my center backs. I would prefer you to be playing the ball because that allows my green to break forward and then allows Daryl to turn and attack. Okay? Hey man, if it takes you 5, some people take 6. What do you think it's going to take you?
2.
Still got to be minimum 4.
Brian,
You got to find it first.
Brian, is that 4 or is it 4 then find it?
This is 4. Let's go play. 1, 2, 3. Come back, Marcus. Good. Good. Now. We gotta be clear. Go back to Patrick. Hey, go low. There. Better ball. Come on. And wait.
Press.
Orange attacks some small goals. Still live, Patrick. Good.
Yeah.
Good. There you go. Look at Melissa's feet. Look at Melissa's feet.
Yes, sir. No, negative. Get him, Chris.
Oh, I like it. Come on back. Start again.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, that's taunting or something.
Ready? Play. 2. And get big. 3. Good. Get big. Don't let him. Marcus, good. So play that one. Play.
Yep.
Good. Play it. Come back and recycle. Recycle to Daryl or Patrick. Good. Look over your right shoulder. Good. Let him get in again.
Man.
Start again.
How many times left?
And play.
Oh, yeah.
You need 4, but I like the thought process, Patrick. Start again. We need 4. Remember, we're trying to build a contested. Good. 1, 2.
Yeah. Come on.
3. And there we go. Bring it back. Bring it back.
There we go. There we go.
That's it. Yes. You're lost. Good. And cycle it again. Good.
My bad, Dad.
See him, Marcus.
One more. Good. And come on back. Come on back. One more. One more. So hey. To me, this was magical. Okay. The ball came here. Boom. As soon as you played it back, you opened up. And again, same thing. Your movement moves him, which gives us this lane here. Okay, gives us this lane here. That was magical. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Okay? Ready? 4. 1, 2, 3. Get one more. And hold. Come on back.
Point for us.
Okay, so hey, I'm going to throw out a name. Sometimes our center back has to be composed like Rio Ferdinand. So here, I'm here like this. I ask for you to come in and get it. Come in and get it there. Play it back to me. And then we're out, right? So sometimes it's not about how fast. Sometimes if they're dropping off, I need to move Daryl. As a center back, I need to tell Daryl what to do. Okay? Now you get out. Ready? That's where we get. That's it. Good. Get 1, 2, 3. Good. Now that's it. Yes. Well done. Magic. Recycle Marcus. Good. Recycle Daryl. Well done. Come on in. You can throw the vest down. Okay, so I'll wrap up and then we'll see if there's any questions. But just real quick, for me, it's just another way of building out of the back, right? But for me, the big focus is trying to make sure when we build out of the back, okay, my center backs have to be comfortable. They have to be comfortable, okay? And so by playing this tight little rondo right away, they get comfortable playing with each other. But more importantly, they also get comfortable playing with, we'll call Daryl our 6, right? And Daryl starts to learn the intricacies of when to get in, when to get out, okay? Then from there, we just kind of start to build. We start to build where our wide players get more involved, okay? Again, it's all based upon how you like to play. If you like to play with your back 4 where your backs don't go forward, that's okay. Okay? Like I said before, soccer's like ice cream. Everyone likes different flavors. But if you like them to go forward, recognizing as soon as I like what the combination that Malene had, boom, boom, as soon as the ball came back to the center back already, I didn't have to talk to him. He already knew to get wide and get high. Right? And his movement is what pulled him away, and all of a sudden, Melissa gets involved, right? Gets involved. So, for me, the whole objective is, 1, the comfortableness of the center backs. 2, using Daryl sometimes as a decoy, but sometimes as, if you will, I call him a pusher. Being able to keep the ball moving. And then the next thing is the movement of this guy and this guy so that now we can go vertical. Because if these guys are too tight, they can't get vertical. But they got to know when to get, right? How many times have we been in a position where our back 4, our wide back is all the way over there, our center back is here, and the other center back is over there, and then all of a sudden, you're already wide. It's too easy for the other team to match up, right? So sometimes when we win the ball, we get our back 4 is tight, and then we got to learn how to get wide, when the moments are to get wide. So just another way, but you can see how it progresses. So for example, what I would do is the server would actually be the goalkeeper, I would probably eventually have a goalkeeper down there, you know, and then I would start to add more players. So for example, we play a 4-1-3-2, so Kieran and Melissa are the two forwards. I would make the field a little bit bigger, probably another 10, 15 yards, and then I'd probably put 2 more center midfielders for each team in the middle of the park. Okay, so now that vertical ball may not go the entire distance to Melissa. It may have to go to Andy first, if that makes sense. So you can start to grow it, and all I've done is just increase number of players and increase the field space. I still keep it narrow, but that's a personal preference. That has nothing to do with anything else. I just believe that we need to train in smaller spaces. So that's me. If you want to go the full width, that's okay. But me personally, I like to go narrow. So, how about anyone from the group? Thoughts? Those that participated?
How does your team right now doing with this?
We've gotten better. We've gotten better. We've been
How many
working.
times do you think you've had to?
Well, I've changed the formula a little bit. We've been working on breaking out from just winning the ball and getting big. So we've changed that a little bit, and how we do our back four, we don't. To be honest with you, Chris, we've modified it. We've had to modify it a little bit. So, and when I say modify, the space might be a little bit bigger in terms of the rondo. The number of defenders might be less, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean by modifying it. So, but they're making progress. They're making progress. The big thing is just comfortableness on the ball. I mean, if you want to build out of the back, you got to be comfortable. Every player's got to be. Your keeper's got to be comfortable too. You know, your keeper's got to be comfortable. So one of the things we do, to add on to what Chris is saying, instead of the 2 goals there for the orange team, I actually put a goal here with no goalkeeper. So right away the orange team can score. Kieran and I were talking about this before. If this is a negative way to teach a lesson, but if you get your center backs and your wide backs and your 6 and they're not doing their job, they don't win the ball back and compress, right, Marcus? The orange team can shoot wide open goal. And it's amazing how quickly they figure out, I need to step in front of the shot. Because eventually they start losing too often. So sometimes adding that goal, and that's what we've had to do. We've done well keeping the ball here, but as soon as you lose it, it's kind of like, do I got to win it back today? You know, and then we get pumped for 5 or 6 in a game. So we had to teach them, lose it, win it back. There's a phrase we used to use, I used to use, but I don't know if I can use it anymore, but we'd like clean up your own garbage, which means if you make the mistake, you got to hunt the ball down and fix it.
So would that center goal help with the center back's positioning off ball, their transition to defensive shape?
Oh yeah, yeah.
In
So
that square, they're flat, but as soon as they
yep,
lose
exactly.
it,
So one's got to step up and
Right.
put pressure on the ball right away. Exactly. I actually like the goal better than the 2 counter goals, just because it maximizes all the proficiencies needed for center backs. Stanley.
When you said you trained in small spaces, the one thing I like about it is just that moment when we win the ball for my team, the issue that we have is we try and attack in the same formation that we're defending, right? So we're really compact and we try and go forward. We just can't. When you said you train in the small spaces, how, when you get them into the game, do you actually get them to make sure they're using all the space that they have? Or is that, I mean, Caleb, when we were training today, our backs are probably in the fixed position of this field, right? Even when we're going wide and using the whole space. Is that a challenge that you've seen? And if so, how do you make sure that once you've built out of this and you're getting into the game, they're taking advantage of all the space that they do have?
Well, I'll answer that this way. There's a thing called attacking while defending. So one of the problems I have philosophically is that we think we need to get big to be successful. If we get too big and we lose the ball, you get diced up. So what I try and focus on is balance. And so what I mean by attacking while defending is eventually when we get better, I'll say if Marcus goes, you can go, but I want you to be at least 10 yards behind marker. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. That way, they're not 100% expansive, if that makes sense. So, for example, people talk about Man City as an example. They talk about how expansive they are, but they are expansive. But where are they not expansive? Anyone know? I mean, up top, yeah, Sterling is Sterling's so wide, you know, he's hanging out with the water people, right? And, you know, then, you know, Grealish or whoever, is wide. So, yeah, up top there. But what do their wide backs do? Anyone? They come in. Why do they come in? Transition, because they know they're so big up there. Or how about this? They're so big up here that they know any long ball is going to kill them. They actually foul the most out of any other team in the Premier League, but their two wide backs pinch in because of transition moments. Has nothing to do with anything else. They just know that at the end of the day, they're so expansive up here, Stanley, that they want to be tighter in the middle. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so I would say figure out where you want to be expansive, but figure out where you want to be congested, if that makes sense. And to answer your question, that's the secret sauce right there.